Hi and welcome to Python tutorial of my advanced payroll management system. There, I've entered the details of this employee and that's the reference number, address and so on. Okay, so let me just show you guys how this works. Okay, I'm going to reset and right there guys, so let's enter another employee right there. Let's say the name is Sammy Johnson. Address of Mr. Johnson, let's say that is Goodman Close, and that's the postcode. Gender, reference number will be automatically generated by the system, and let's see who does he works for. Let's say it's working for Omen Aviation. And his inner city waiting allowance, basic pay, overtime, and other payment. Let's say it's got £90 in there. And there, that's all there is to it. So all you just need to do is click on payment. That's it. Okay guys, what I'm going to do now is to exit out of the system and let's put a new project together entirely. So I'm going to click on yes, and right here I'm just going to click on file new. So I'm going to import as follows. So let's say from, click enter, let's import it all and import as follows as well. So I will now create my class. Well, first thing, let's just get rid of one of these message boxes. I'll create my class and just, I will take it from there. Let's say class payroll, and I'm going to enter semicolon in there. So the next thing I'd like to do now is to define my function. So let's say dev and initial, so that is going to be self, because I'm going to be using the class. So self, comma, root, and enter column there as well. Now I'm going to say self.root. That's, I just want to define my interface. Self.root equals root. Alright, that is going to be the name of my app. Self.root dot title, and I'm going to just call that payroll system. Let's put an S, systems. Oh, let's just say system. Okay, now the next thing is to define the size of my, or the screen resolution. So self.root dot geometry, and I'm going to make my, define my screen as 1350 by 800, and that will be +0 +0. So close that up there. And the next thing is, let's just say self dot configure the background. So let's make the background color, I'm just going to call it Gamesboro. Self.configure and background equals, let's say games bar. There, close that. Now before I do anything, I'm going to declare all of the variables that I intend to use. So I'm going to need employee name, that's going to be string variable, and as follows. And right there, guys, all of the variables that I intend to use, they are all declared, and these two have initialized 0 value in them. Okay, now I'm going to now create my framework, or how I want the interface to look like. But before that, I'm just going to round up my program there. So that is me rounding up my own program now. But if I decide to save it, let's save it as maybe advanced payroll Python. Okay, advanced payroll. Save that. If I run it now, all you just see is going to be a gray screen. There'll be nothing. So let's run it and you guys see what I'm talking about. Oh, that was supposed to be a column, not a semicolon. So run it again. There we go. That's all there is to it. So I'm going to close that, and right underneath here, I'm now going to define my framework, or the frame that I intend to embed into the program. So the frame, I'm calling my frame main frame, and the name of the widget is called frame. So I'm going to say the frame that will be self.root, because the frame is going to be inside the root. So I'm going to say bg, add a kind of like border, make that about 10, and the width, I'm going to make the width approximately 1350 comma, and I'm going to enter the height for my project. I will make that about 700 comma. Then the background color, I'm just going to make that Gainsborough as well. Alright, so one more thing, let's say relief, let's make that rigid. There we go, and close that. Alright, so I will now round up this my frame mainframe dots grid. There we go. Now if I run this program, let's save it first. You just see only a grid around it. You might not even be able to see it properly, but there we go. That's it. Okay, look at it. Alright, so I'm going to copy it. Let's copy that and just change it around. So the first one, I'm going to call that top frame. Let's say top frame 1, because I'm going to have about 3 of them. Top frame 1. And top frame 1 is resident right inside mainframe. Okay, this is where my heading is going to be there. Okay, and this is going to be top frame as well. Copy that and paste it here. So instead of grid, okay, we'll leave it like that. And the height, okay, let's change the height to 100. So that's the top frame 1. I'm going to grab another one, copy that, paste that there. Another frame that I'm going to call that top frame 2. Right, and that is going to be 100 as well, so that's fine. So I need another one to make it 3. and top frame 2 is going to be inside mainframe as well, while top frame 3 is going to be inside mainframe as well too. There. And let's get this indented properly. I'm going to run it so that you guys see what I'm talking about. So let's go to run, and there we go. Those are the frames. Okay, now that you guys get your idea, I'm just going to copy this and change things around. So come right here, let's paste it there, and I'll just speed it up. Okay, these are all my frames. They are now ready for us just to run. So this is where I got to before I had to speed it up. So have a good look at the lines of code for those frames. You're gonna truly need them. Okay, I'm gonna take it down so that you see the rest of it. There. These are all my frame. Now you understand why I had to speed it up. There. I'm going to run it now. You can always pause your video so that you copy it out. So let's run it. There we go. And this is how the design is looking now. Right up here, I'm going to enter my title, some names in there, okay, some widgets in there actually, and the rest of them will be widgets. Right here there's going to be the payroll pay slip, yeah, and there will be some buttons here. Okay, now the first one I want to address is this very frame here. I think I will now let's address the title first. So let's come right down here. Now underneath here, just enter a broken line or wrong place right here, and that will be my title. So the title is going to be right inside a label widget. That is going to be called title. LBL title equals label, and is right inside top frame 1, comma. Let's define the font as well. The font is going to be Arial. Right. Okay, and the fonts, let's make that about maybe 40, comma, and we'll make it bold as well. Bold. There, comma. Right. So this is the text that will be inside the label itself. Payroll management system. Okay, so right underneath here I'm going to enter the back color that's going to be Gainsborough as well, and comma, might as well just get it justify center equals center. There we go. So let's round up the whole thing, copy that and come right down here, press close that first, press enter, and dot grid. It's going to be row equals 0, comma, column equals 0 as well. Close that. I think that will be all for the title. So let me save and run it. Let me see. There we go. That's my title right there. Good. So close that. Now that the title is taken care of, I'm going to copy that and just use that for my employee. First thing first, just divide that, and right in here, this is going to be for my employee. Change the name to employee name. Right. I'm going to copy that paste that in here. For the employee, that is going to be, that's the label that is displaying the details of the employee, and right in here we'll come in here and I'm going to enter the name employee right there, employee name. Okay, we're going to be using Gainsborough as well, so might as well just copy that and paste it right here. There we go. And what else do we need? And right there, guys. So if I run this now, let's see, there we go. So I'm just going to add a text box or a text widget right here. There, that is the text widget for that, and the text widget is on row 0 column 1. Why? The label is on row 0 column 0. So let's run that. Save it first. There we go. Okay, let's create the next one. I'm just gonna copy all of this, copy, and let's paste it right underneath, and we'll take it down a little bit. So this is going to be in column 2 as well. Okay, no, top frame 2, and this is column, this is going to be, the row will have to be 1 and row 1 here as well. Okay, and this is, let's just change the details of these to address. I want the address there. Yeah, I'm just going to change that to address. Now copy it, copy the address, and repeat the same thing here. Okay, so that is how you create your widget. So I may have to, I'm going to have to speed it up because of time. So let's run it and see. Run. And there we go. See, I need to change this. That should be address. Come right here and change that to address. And the variable is going to be address. Let's see what variable did I assign. Yeah, it's just going to be address. Look at it right there. Okay, that's employee. Come right down here and change this text variable is address there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just copy all of this and speed up the whole process. Come right down here, paste, and let's speed it up. Alright guys, I had to speed this up because there's a lot of code to write. Okay, just have a good look at it. That was the very first one we developed together. This was the copied one that was changed, and I then used those to change as follows. So have a good look at them, and please do take note of the variables. I had to change the variables as well, and if, as you can see, the variables are related to each of the widget. I'm going to bring it down so that you guys see the rest of the codes. You can always pause it to have a good look at it. And to those of you who are my channel member, thank you. If you want this code, just let me know. Okay, take it down. That is for the left frame, the left frame. If you notice, I've changed the location of each widget as well, and take note of the text variable as well. Take it down, and once more, and again. Now I'll take it up to there, and that's all for now. So if I run the program, this is what you guys will see there. As you can see, there's nothing in here. So what I intend to enter is here is a text widget, that will be used as my or for my receipt. And here I will have 3 buttons here. So let's exit out, and right underneath here I'm going to make those possible. First of all, let's just copy this, copy, and come right down here, paste it right down there. There we go. Now the first thing I would like to do is to declare my receipt. So I'm going to call that txt receipt, and the receipt is going to be a text widget, and this text widget is going to be right inside the right frame 1a, yeah, comma, let's say the height is going to be approximately 18, comma, the width is going to be about 40, comma, bg, that's the border. I'm going to make that about 10 as well, comma. Then let's just copy all of this instead of typing. Copy that. The font, that's the font. I'm going to have to reduce the font to about 9. There we go. Now let's come right down here, copy all of that and round it all up. Dot grade, and that will be 0 by 0. So I'm going to copy all of these and just change that to 0. Change the row to 0. There we go. So I'm going to save that now, and let's run it so that you guys see how it's going to be looking, or how it looks. There we go. Now we have my widget there. All that is left now is for us to add some buttons here, 3 buttons. Okay, and that's, come right down here. I'll just create 1 button and copy the rest across. Self dot btn payment equals button, and this very button is going to be inside right frame B, right frame 1B, and I will also get it padded to the x axis. Let's make that about 18, and get it padded to the y axis. I'm going to make that maybe 5. Then comma, border equals 5. The font is going to be black, but let's leave out the font that is always default to black anyways. Just copy all of this. The font type that I'm using is going to be Arial as well, and the size of it, let's make it about 16, and comma, I'm going to make the width, let's say about 4, comma, the text on it equals payment. Right, that's the text on the very first one there, and I can just maybe just run that up anyway. Copy all of this and paste it here. There we go. Just round up. So I'm going to run that now. Let's run it and you guys see what I'm talking about. There we go. That's my button there. Nothing is happening. Once there's something happening, I'll just add a command here. Just comma and a command there. So I'm going to copy it and change this around for the other 2 buttons. This is going to be exit. This one will be reset. and I also change the name. That will be that, and this will be exit. Okay, now let's see how we're going to get it arranged. This is 0, row 0, column 1. It can always be column 0 anyway. 0, 1 and 2. There. So let's run it and see. Run that. There we go. My 3 buttons are in place. So with that, for now guys, I'm going to call it the end of the first part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.